Buen Camino Pilgrims. Spain is opening to international pilgrims on June 7th, 2021 with a COVID vaccine passport. On today's episode, I'll show you exactly how to get your COVID passport for the Camino de Santiago. Buen Camino Pilgrims, welcome back to our Camino 101 video series. I'm Kevin Donahue, pilgrim, backpacker, and author of Sacred Steps, a Pilgrimage Journal. With great fanfare, Spain is reopening to international pilgrims on June 7th, provided you present a COVID vaccination passport. For some travelers, entry into the EU may be possible with a recent negative COVID test, but on this episode, I'm going to show vaccinated pilgrims exactly how to get your EU COVID vaccination passport. Before we begin, if you want to save this video, just click like below, and YouTube will add this to your liked video playlist. This is an easy way to refer back to this video at a later time. It'll also tell YouTube to recommend this video to other pilgrims who may be planning their own Camino. And you'll find all the links from our discussion today down below in the show notes. A couple of caveats. All of the content from today's episode is coming from official Spanish and American government websites. I'll link them below so that you can ensure that the information reflected when this video was created still applies for your pilgrimage. And if you're watching from another country, not to worry, but please do check with your relevant governmental agency before traveling. Okay, let's get right into it. If you're planning international travel to Spain to walk the Camino de Santiago, here's what you'll need. Number one, all international travelers will need a Spain travel health file and a QR code for entry. Regardless of where your journey began, you'll need this code for immigration services effective June 7th, 2021. I'll show you exactly how to create your file and generate your QR code in just a moment. So number one, you need the QR code. Number two, you need to register your proof of EU or WHO approved vaccination, which was completed at least 14 days before your travel. I'll put the full list of approved vaccinations in the show notes below, as I'm sure that's going to change by the time this video airs. But it is presently the Pfizer, BioNTech, AstraZeneca, Serum Institute of India, Janssen, Moderna, BIBP, and Sinovac vaccines. Again, you must have completed all doses of your approved vaccine. Then you need to register online with Spain Travel Health to receive your QR code. Important note coming from the U.S. State Department. As of June 6, unvaccinated Americans cannot enter Spain. Unvaccinated Americans cannot enter Spain without an authorization letter from Spanish government showing an emergency reason. What that means is that unless you are vaccinated, American pilgrims cannot travel to Spain for pilgrimage at this time. I know there's been some discussion about showing a negative COVID test for entry. However, the U.S. State Department is currently saying that is not permissible. I'll link the most updated information from American pilgrims in the show notes below. Now, let me show you how to register for the Spain Travel Health QR code. By the way, I think we have a dozen or more quick videos on how to plan and prepare for your Camino as part of our Camino 101 video series. So please click subscribe if you want to be updated on our new videos or see the full playlist below. To register your file for the Spain Travel Health QR code, point your browser to spth.gov.es, which I've linked below, and you'll see this landing page. Here you'll find up-to-the-minute information on protocol and some how-to steps for registering. This is also where you'll find links to the Spain Travel smartphone app. Pilgrims, you must download this smartphone app for iPhone or Android because you're going to need access to your QR code when you arrive in Spain. I'll link it below, but pilgrims, download this app. You'll want to create a new individual form for everyone traveling in your family group. To complete the forms, you'll need the following. Number one, a working email address. You'll need your international passport number. You'll need your flight information for arriving to Spain, your home address, your contact information while you're in Spain, including a mobile number, your date of birth, and at least one location where you intend to stay during your Camino. The form will actually allow you to describe just the city and region, for example, Santiago de Compostela, Galicia, but you'll need this information. As you submit the form, you'll receive a 6-digit security code in your email. That's why you need a working email. This code is going to correspond to your file, so you'll want to keep that email. You'll use this same code throughout the process. So as you make updates to your file, you'll use this 6-digit code and your passport number to access your private health file. So you enter this information for you and your traveling family members to create your file. And then 48 hours before your departure, you'll receive a follow-up email that asks you to enter your vaccination information. For American pilgrims, you'll want to have your CDC vaccination card handy so that you can enter your exact vaccine data and the dates of vaccination. After you enter this information, a QR code will be saved to your file. You need this QR code once you arrive in Spain to present to immigration services. You can download the QR link to your passport or simply log in on the smartphone app and show your QR code upon arrival. Remember, download this app, Pilgrims, so that you have the QR code with you at all times. I've made a couple of calls to airlines, and at this moment, they are not asking you to present your QR code at departure. I suspect this is going to change in the coming weeks, so please anticipate you may need to show your QR code before you leave and again when you arrive in Spain. Pilgrims, this is a little more technical video with the step-by-steps than I normally present, but each step in the process is important. Again, all of the links from this discussion will be down below in the show notes. So, once you arrive in Spain, what do you need to do in order to return home after the Camino? For American pilgrims, you will be required to present a negative COVID viral test, also called an antigen test, taken no more than 3 days before your flight back to the United States. Entry requirements for the UK, EU, and other nations vary significantly. So again, please check with your governmental authorities for updated guidance. Again, and I'm repeating myself here just to be clear, everyone flying to the United States, regardless of your vaccine status, must return with a recent negative COVID antigen test. That is an awful lot to take in. The recap for the vaccination passport and all of the links are below in our show notes. If I can help you plan your next Camino or answer any of your questions, please message me on Facebook, Instagram, or in the comments below. And be sure to check out our Camino 101 series with 5-minute video tips and suggestions for the Camino de Santiago, as well as our Sacred Steps podcast, featuring stories of pilgrimage told by authors and pilgrims as they journey across the globe. Until next time, be well, stay safe, and buen camino.